All right, I am back, and we are doing something different tonight. So instead of doing gameplay, I'm actually going to watch over a speedrun of Naughty Bear Panic in Paradise. Now, this speedrun is the former record, world record by a person named, I don't know if it's Jade Industries or Jade Industries. Maybe if they watch this video, they can correct me in the comments. So I never watched their video all the way through. I've only watched like maybe the first 15 seconds. So I got the world record, was it yesterday, and I kind of did it mostly blind, using my own instincts of how I've played the game. So I actually want to see what the former world record did and how they did things and what they did better than me. So if I or somebody else out there wants to take the new record, they have some input on how to do so. And I've never had a comment on a video before, so this is all kind of new and fun for me. So let's go ahead and swap this over. All right, my little avatar is there. So we're gonna hit play, and I'm gonna pause every time something kind of jumps out at me. So their record was 40 minutes 2 seconds, and if you look at the right-hand side of the screen, they actually got split times, which I don't know how to do that. I don't know if they did that post-editing or if they did it on the clock. That's, something I kind of wanted to do, but I don't know how. Mine was kind of basic. Sorry, let's begin. So they started about a second before, and they're starting on Master Miyagi. As for myself, I just went with the first mission, and I went from there. And there's a good reason why they started here, because the AI is kind of unpredictable, and if they do something that's... Go ahead and pause. If they do something you're not really expecting, you don't want to deal with that halfway into the run. So it does make sense why they went into it first. So, if they did mess up, they just restart and go into it instead of being like 10, 20, 30 minutes into a run and figuring it out. So... Now, another thing I want to comment on is their kit. So my kit consisted of the Barracuda tattoos, the gold thong, the Barracuda helmet, and Sunbeam's face. Now from here, it actually does look like they're already wearing Sunbeam's face, but they're wearing Dr. Brightness's power suit, and they're wearing Danger Bear's helmet. I'm not really sure why the helmet. I'm not sure what stats it provides. As for Dr. Brightness's mech suit, it's because they have a really good speed stat. It's not, well, I say speed, stamina. They have really good stamina, so you're not worried about running out when you're trying to get out of here. And I don't know if what its health stat is, so... Alright, let's continue. So they're doing the same thing I started mine with. Yeah, the Sunbeam's face. They started the same thing as me. Oh, and another thing! I used the Scythe for my playthrough, and looks like they're using the Quantum Fists. Now, the Quantum Fists do less damage than the Scythe. However, fists are faster, obviously. And that was one of my problems when I was using the Scythe, is my wind-up for attacks was taking too long. So I would do guarding to kind of cancel a lot of the attacks. But still, it's, it's still kind of slow and can screw you over a couple of times. But it does have a sort of AoE effect when you're doing your super attack. So, alright, let's see how they did theirs. So he gets right here and he uppercuts him. I had to do with the Scythe, I would move around here. And hopefully the bear Silky over here would see it. But they're going right here, so he already sees it. Okay, and they went for it. They went straight for it. So, alright. Better. That was actually better than mine. Because I waited for a second just to confirm the kill before I moved on.
What's this?
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what? I guess I could actually see the splits right here on the route they're going to take. I don't know why they went for Colonel Ketchup next. Ah, see? That's another thing they did better than me. I would run behind them. It's just a habit to run behind the bears, so he went and grabbed them in the front. Okay. I don't know what they are. Oh, and just attacked him right there. See, okay, I tried attacking them in front of the other bears, and what happened is they all got scared, and they ran away because I attacked them. And they wouldn't, you know, they wouldn't finish them off. So, alright, so this is another level where they did better than me. Maybe I really should use the Quantum Fist. Okay, now there are... Ooh, why is that? Okay, I want to back up a second. So what level are they? They are level 100, but not all their weapons are mastered. That's interesting. So why are they switching to the scythe? The reason why I don't prefer to switch mid-game is two reasons. One, it does take up time. And as for my... And actually, they don't have as many weapons as locked as I do. At least I don't think so, because my scythe is like a couple rows down. Oh, you know what? They have DLC, which is why theirs looks different than mine. Okay, that makes sense. Because you get to with the Freddy Claws, and I don't even know what the fuck those two things are supposed to be. Anyway, so I don't like switching because, one, there's a chance your game will crash. And two, it does take up time, and as for me, I get kind of confused. I'm, like, looking at all the stuff. I'm like, oh, all right, what am I doing? So I might, like, take an extra second or two to find the item, which could probably be better spent actually completing the level. So what are they using the scythe for? Why do they turn the scythe for floppy?
Flopsy's
Okay, a flopsy, yeah. So this is one with Gruel. This is another one I fucked up on my playthrough. Which, I did so well in my other playthroughs that didn't make world record, but the one I did world record in. Okay, so he did that to get him to follow, and he injured both of them. See, honestly, I'm not sure why they changed to the scythe, because it seems like, oh, and yep, his ran away too. That's what mine did. I've had runs, though, where I've gotten him right next to me, and I did the heavy Y with the scythe, and it injured everyone around, and Gruel just got him. But he's not using the power strike. Honestly, I think for that one, the fist would have been better. Alright, so he's changing again. Next is Dr. Doctor. I guess I can kind of see why you'd want to do all your swapping early, because, you know, when you do swap, that's when the game's, like, likely to crash. So I do mine near the end of the game, where it's like I could be on a really good run, and, you know, 30 minutes in, it's like, bam, everything's fucked up because I swapped. And Cop Gordon, you don't have to be completely naked, you just can't have a disguise. But he went completely naked. I mean, I do too, but just interesting we had the same idea. Alright, so that's basically what I did. Yeah, so that's just the same thing I did, so I don't really have any comments there. Oh. See, the green's kind of hard to see because I missed the Chief Gordon. So now it's Dr. Doctor. So he's going right into that.
They say
he's already on his 5th bear in less than 5 minutes. I say he because I don't know what it is, so if I have to get corrected later, okay. This is, this is one where I don't know what I could do faster. So he's not breaking the windows. Oh, and that's weird. Dr. Doctor didn't get stunned, which made him do a second boo. That sucks. And that's kind of nerve-wracking right there. You got all those bears following. And as Naked Naughty Bear, you don't have a lot of health. And those guns do a decent amount of damage. So, like, one wrong turn like that, like getting caught right there, could have got them killed. I know it takes like an extra second or so, but I definitely like to break the window so I can just make my way back into the woods and then out the front. And Dr. Doctor was my last mission for my run.
Daddle.
So yeah, they put all the naked ones in the front.
I think you should.
And this one is pretty much like in the open. Although mine almost messed up. Oh, they were going through the front there? That's risky. So that's kind of what happened to me. See, I'd like to... Okay, I want to back up here. Back up a second. Okay. So, right here, I prefer to go around that way because I don't have to run into any other extra bears. Daddles will see you first because Daddles is facing this way, and which is the direction I come in. So the other bear has a less chance of falling into the trap because Daddles will see you and most likely come after you first. So I'm not really sure why they went this path. And also, back up here again. So you can't set the trap over here because this little chair's in the way. And if you set it back here, this bear's going to see first and come after you. So that's kind of a risk to come in this direction because that bear heard you before Daddles kind of noticed. Luckily, Daddles was the first to move. Normal's pretty easy. You just run and kill them with the machete. So I wonder if they... Yep, okay, so they changed here. Okay, so I want to back up a second. So they just changed the machete. So they only used the scythe for one mission. So they went Quantum Fist, changed the scythe, and while they had the scythe for a couple missions, they really only used it on Flopsy. So these other three didn't need the scythe. So changing to the scythe right after or right before Flopsy, I don't really think was an optimal move because you're changing to machete anyways, and it eats up a couple of seconds to change. And again, there's always the risk of crashing.
What a wonderful.
But it does ensure you don't have to run, because that's what I was doing on some of my other playthroughs. I was running to the machete at the back of the map, grabbing it, so I wouldn't have to change. But I figured grabbing... Oh, and... Honestly, they probably picked a faster route there than I did, because I went all the way around. I wonder which way is actually faster. Because I feel like that one is, but... No, because I feel like mine kind of cuts across better. I don't really think it's going to matter. Okay, so they're changing again. What are they changing into? Okay, they're doing the general. So I absolutely know now why they did the route they did. They put all the costume changes in the front because if your game's going to crash, you want it to be in the beginning, and when you change, you have a better chance to crash than any other point in the game. So crashing and leaving levels, or excuse me, going to your costumes and leaving levels is the best way your game's going to crash. So putting all this in the front makes a lot of sense. So if their stuff does crash, they'll only lose in a couple minutes rather than me losing 30, which has happened to me a couple of times. And they went back to Quantum Fist.
Well, we.
Huh, okay. I thought they was going to do the General's mission next, because that's why they changed costumes, so... Huh. The way I do my speedrun is that I keep my same costume all the way through, and at the very end, I change it only for bears that are absolutely necessary, such as Chubby, all the the 4 naked kills you have, and Cozy. I also changed the Rod of Justice as well, but that one's like at the end of my verse like 29 or so. And the general stats aren't that good.
He may look.
I mean, my costume is based on insanity, so I guess right now you don't need insanity. Let's still see how fast he injures Blessimo, or whatever the fuck his name is. So he does a stun to start. Okay, so that's something different I do from my run. So it took them 3 heavy hits? Let me go back. 1, 2. Alright, so 2 heavy hits and 2 punches. When you use the scythe, it only takes 2 heavy hits. And what I do... Back it up again. Okay, so what they did here is they did a Mega Boo to stun all the other bears. But since you're already kind of hearted, all the other bears think you're friendly, you can actually just walk up to them, do a heavy hit, and then I like to run to this bush over here and have him chase you. And then I do an extra stun, so I can actually... No, I don't do an extra stun. That's when I do my stun. So the other bears won't come after me when I'm picking them up. So they did the first hit, no other bears are chasing. All the other bears are starting to group up again, and because the little, whatever the fuck he is, bull, because he started getting up and moving, kind of messed up his extra heavy attack, which made it cost him like 2 seconds. See, it's another reason why the general costume's bad. So he used all that stamina. They used all that stamina to do heavy hits, and now they're actually run out right before they are able to escape. Because normally I have just enough to get out of here, but they ran out here, which is why you don't really want to change it to a low stamina costume when you're doing a lot of this stuff. Pleso is a bull. Yeah, I couldn't think of the word for some reason. See, look at that. Now they're running out of stamina again. I think he did the mini boo to scare them. So yeah, I think they changed into the general costume a little too early. Which maybe cost like 3 seconds or so. But their first couple matches were definitely better than mine. Or their levels were much better than mine. Okay, so here's... They're going for Cozy. And I'll say another thing, too. They were the only speedrunner for this game. So it's not really like they had a lot of competition. And they didn't really have, like, they didn't really have a record to beat. They were the trendsetter for the record. While when I was doing my speedrun, I actually had a time I was shooting to get lower than. So, any criticisms, you have to take that in mind. It's like, you know, they weren't really necessarily competing against anybody. They were setting the trend. However, if they still have the game, they can easily get their time down and then retake it from me. Seriously, though, like, if I do this run again, because, you know, watching them use the Quantum Fist is actually really good, and it could have probably improved my run several places. Although, after watching the 3 hits to the Bull, makes me a little bit more hesitant, but honestly, the Bull's one of the stronger types in the game, and, you know, I'll take the extra second if it means my other, like, levels can get down to 1 to 3 seconds. And this one's pretty easy. Now, when I first started my speedrun, I did not want to change costumes for whatever reason, because I just assumed I would get confused on which pieces meant what. So I was trying to lure the General and Cozy over here so I can actually take the General's costume in the mission and then kill Cozy. And I did some timing, because that sounds like a long time, but I did the timing. It's about 30 seconds. It's about an extra 30 seconds it adds on. Which, when when there's only one other runner and the times aren't like that stringent, you could take 30 seconds. I mean, hell, 30 seconds is like me fucking up a level and coming back to it, which actually happened in the speedrun I did. Okay, so continue on. They're probably just gonna grab Cozy. I like to let Cozy walk past this little threshold, just so I don't get harassed. Because as you've seen here, they were trying to like dodge and serpentine while they're getting shot at. Which I don't know if their shots would actually break the cannon. I'm glad that hasn't happened to me. But I was always scared it was a possibility. So, alright, no notes on this level. It was more or less the same thing I did. Pretty good. So next they're going for Udo. Again, they have to change costumes, and changing costumes is scary because the game may or may not crash. Wait, what?
With all his...
Oh. I'm so blind. I can't see these, like, things. I thought he was doing that for Udo. Okay, I want to back up a second. I have to back up a second. Okay, so they do have the golden thong. So why... Does the white underwear give more insanity than the gold thong? Because I thought the gold thong gave more insanity, but I'm looking here and their insanity's almost maxed. Huh. Why am I using the gold thong then? Oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna pause right here. I have not watched their speedrun prior to this. Like, this is the first time I'm watching their speedrun all the way through. I did not know they also went with this costume. Now, it makes sense. It has the best stats, other than I was using the thong. I think I did it for stamina reasons. Although, to be honest, I've been doing it for a while now, so I don't know why. It's just kind of a habit, but, I wonder if it does make them go insane quicker. Because that's one of the levels I have trouble with, is insanity. Okay, so insanity, I'm more or less guessing when I explain it, but it kind of makes sense to me. So, when you do a boo or something to a bear, you'll get, like, X amount of points, depending on what tier level you're in. So, like, bears in the beginning of the game will have more or less points than bears at the end of the game. Something like that. Or at least that's how I've interpreted it. So let's say you boo with low insanity. You do a mega boo with low insanity. You will get about 700 points. If you do a boo at high insanity, you get 1,100 points. Now you might be thinking, well, this is a speedrun. Why the fuck do points matter? From what I understand, when a bear reaches a certain amount of points that you've like taken from them, or that you've gotten from a specific bear, they become insane. Meaning you cannot get any more points from them. And at which point you grab them and then, you make them end themselves, which is what you need to do for 2 challenges in this game. So insanity just makes it, as far as I'm aware, it makes it easier to make them go insane because it gives you more points early on. Now, if you're going for a high score, I'm not really sure if having high insanity is good, because I'm not sure if high insanity like cuts off your points, or if you want low insanity to grind out for points. Because I'm not sure if every bear has a point threshold they hit and they turn insane, or if it's based on something else, but it seems like a point threshold. I could be wrong on that, but this game isn't really that popular, and I don't know how many other players have like looked into the statistics and stats of this game, but that's what I've seen. And I've kind of considered trying to take at least one of the point leaderboards from somebody on this game, and that was something I was kind of wanting to experiment with myself, just to take one bear aside and like do different costumes to see like if it is a point threshold or if it's after so many actions. But I do believe it's a point threshold. Because normally if a bear at a high insanity sees two murders and you boo them like once or twice, they turn insane. Now, this general is always hard for me to get because... Well, I'll wait. Okay, so if you see the general right here, he's facing outward. So if you even attack these two bears, he won't see them. He'll hear it, and he'll hear the smashes, but if you just kill these two bears right here, he won't see it. You want the general to see the kills, because when he sees the kills, you get extra points from him. So this is one I always struggle with. So, okay, see, 1170. If you had lower insanity, it'd be about 500 or 700. So he's attacking one bear. Though, see, he knows Naughty's around, but he's still facing the wrong direction, so he can't see attacks. So, there he goes. Injury witness. So he just watched this bear get injured. So this bear is one hit till dead. And he just finished off this bear. So let's see. The death scream. So he didn't get the murder. He heard the scream, but he didn't see the murder. Therefore, he didn't get that many points. And this is the same thing that happened to me. The general didn't see both murders. He only seen one, even though I murdered both of them in front of him. So let's see if he gets this one set. And the general gets scared really easily, and the problem with that is he'll be running around away from Naughty Bear. So when you're trying to show him a murder, he'll always be facing the other fucking direction. So at most, you'll get like a death scream or a corpse bonus. So let's see here. Oh, can't be turned. But nope, doesn't look like he's seen any of the murders. When I beat the game twice, I attempted general. I had to try a lot because... Yeah, well, he's always just running around. The problem is you gotta find the motherfucker. So punching him can also make them insane, but there is a potential downside to this, so he's injured him. And I found this out during some of my playthroughs. So when you do injure them, there's a chance they'll become insane, but if they don't become insane when you injure them, it is harder for you to get points because they're going to be slow to walk around the other bears. They'll scare other bears, but they themselves, it'll be harder for them to see, like, Naughty acts. So you'll have to bring bears to them to kill them to make them insane, or just keep booing them. And this is what this person's doing. Oh, okay, so see, when you do a boo, when you do a super boo in a bear, you'll start, like, you'll get 100% of your points, and then every time you do the super boo or the little boo, your points go down and down and down. Now, if you see, normally you would go from 1,100 points to like 700 or something like that in your second one. Now I want you to watch this. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck, I already missed it. Okay, so here's this boo. He got 32 points. He should have gotten around 700 for that, because even though the bear did see other actions, this is only his second, like, super boo. So when he hits that 32, that's basically telling you, like, okay, he's hit his point threshold, therefore he turns insane, and you are not getting any more points out of him. Which you can see by those little dots, he's insane right now. So you just come up and you make him do the deed. And then you just walk off. The problem with the general is he likes to run away before he becomes insane. And there's not too many bears around him, and the two bears that are next to him have a lot of health. So when you're fighting the other bears, you're just making the general more insane. He just wants to run while you're fighting. Okay, Juggles is another one that needs to end themselves. This one actually got down pretty good last time.
Juggles.
See, okay, yep. I would just run into them, but what I realized is grabbing the trap, and let me back up a second. Backed up too much. Oh, he's just a psychiatrist for the Paradise Vacation spot.
Juggles.
Okay, oh, missed it again. Okay, right here, there's a bear trap. I realized that grabbing that bear trap is really good because either you're going to keep Juggles there or another bear there that Juggles can see getting trapped, which will help turn him insane. But maybe they didn't need it. Let's see. So, all right. Here's a problem now. I mean, how to kill. Oh, you just make him, end himself. So let's back up because I can already see some improvement that they could have made. better system for backing up. So what I've been doing recently, because I was also, when I first was doing my speed runs, I was doing the same thing they were doing here. I'd just run in the room and attack the other bear. But what I've been now doing is doing a super boo around here, because right now you're disguised as Sunbeam, so no one really thinks you're naughty, which it'd be better to come into this stage undisguised. However, that requires a costume change, which is risky and takes up time. So what I do is I stay about here so these other bears can see. I do a naughty boo, or a super boo. I come into the forest to get a little bit of stamina back, and then I bring them to Juggles, while also putting the bear trap I was talking about down. Because when you boo close to there, him and Juggles will be concerned, but they won't know you're naughty. The bears outside will know you're naughty. So while he's walking, you set a bear trap in front of him. He falls into the bear trap, making Juggles notice that there's a bear in a bear trap, which makes him slightly more insane, and then you can just snap this bear's neck. What they're doing is walking, okay, they're walking him over to show Juggles. Now, I want to go back. I want to count how many seconds from the grab. So we're at 11:43. Okay, so that took about 5 seconds, which, you know, 5 seconds doesn't seem like a lot, but throughout this entire, like, watch that we've been doing, I've been pointing out, like, a couple seconds here, a couple seconds there, and it does add up over time, because if you watched my playthrough, I screwed up majorly in 2 spots, but because I was good in other spots, I was able to, you know, eat those mistakes and still, you know, get 39 minutes and 41 seconds. And my first, like, speed run, I hit 59, or no, not 59, I hit 49 minutes. And I was thinking to myself, like, how could I, you know, go down? I thought I was doing really good, but you don't notice it. You really don't notice it when you're playing, but all these little things, they just add up. They just add up, and they add up into, you know, an extra 10 minutes. So my first playthrough versus my final playthrough, my speed run, is a 10-minute difference. Because, and I was doing more or less the same thing. It's just little things you could do to increase your speed really does help. So these 5 seconds, even though it's not bad in the overall, it's because of all the other things that's gotten add up so far. And then I don't know what else we're going to see, but yeah. I generally don't like anymore grabbing bears and leading them, because I was doing that to Chubby as well, which I ended up paying for that, which was like the second to last level of my speed run. I ended up paying for that because I didn't want to walk the bear over because I was getting too greedy. Yeah, walking bears just takes too long because you can't walk at full speed, and then it leaves you vulnerable to other bears, which again got me killed by Master Miyagi. So he sees Naughty. Oh, and that's unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. So he took those 5 seconds to bring the bear over to kill him in front of him, right? But he didn't see the murder. He heard the death scream. He heard the bear die. Let's back that up a second. So he comes over here, grabs him, takes the 5 seconds to walk him over so Juggles can see. Juggles sees, but even though he's doing the kill animation, he's not watching a murder. So those 5 seconds I was just talking about were for nothing. And I don't really think that's his fault. That's the problem with the game, because bears will see you murk another bear right in front of them, and they won't consider that a thing. They'll be like, yeah, it is what it is. So that sucks. That's why the insanity missions are kind of difficult, because of stuff like this. That's crazy. So now he has to fight him, and remember what I said earlier. Remember what I said earlier about the general. When you injure him, now you have to bring other bears to him instead of letting him see other bears. So he just killed that bear. That was another death scream. He didn't see it. He didn't see the kill. He heard the death scream. Which, I want to point out something. It took him about 2 seconds, maybe 3 at most, to do a super scare and got 1,100 points, right? He just had to fight this other bear, which took up extra time for 400 points. So he could have just did 2 super boos to get more points. That is very, like you said, that's very unfortunate. Again, these, oh, And that's another issue. Okay, let me back up, because I kind of missed this. Actually, honestly, at that point, probably worse. Well, and again, this is what I was talking about earlier. They set the speedrun standard. So, I mean, there wasn't really wasn't a point to restart, because, you know, just submitting a time of like 5 to 7 to 12 hours would have got them world record. They wasn't competing against nobody. And when you're not competing against somebody, it's kind of hard to, like, you know, put yourself in that mind frame. And this is, if I do, which I'm probably going to do, if I do a new game playthrough, not a new game plus, if I just do a regular new game playthrough, that's going to be my issue, because no one else has done a new game playthrough speedrun. So no matter what time I submit, it automatically be number one. So I don't really have to try that hard. And that was another thing. It's kind of another reason why when I was doing my speedruns, I didn't want to watch this video at first, because I kind of felt like it'd be cheating if I could just see what they were doing and just kind of copy and try to improve. Because they didn't really have the chance to watch anybody else to copy and improve. Like, they were the first, so, you know, I just happened to do more or less the same thing. So, again, the Quantum Fist, definitely would have liked that. Because I wasn't thinking of Quantum Fist. I was just thinking of, like, Scythe, max damage, you know. But, okay. Anyways, so I got distracted for a second. So remember how I said the boo would get you 1,100 points, right? So he sees the death scream. Because he's already got points over his head because of the death scream, when he does his boo, he doesn't get the 1,100 points. So that boo was for nothing. And again, that's just a product of the game. Like, you can't just constantly harass a bear, because you just, you know, won't get any points from it. I know in Naughty Bear 1... at least if I'm remembering right, Naughty Bear 1, you could just constantly harass a bear and just keep points. They just, you know, stack on top of each other. I don't think this game can handle it. They couldn't even handle the minicam, which is why really it's not in the game. So they do a super boo here. I'm pretty sure Juggles may have heard it, but we can't see. You could kind of. Okay, so I was thinking that. So look, he has to bring that bear to him. Because he's injured, he can't walk into other bears, so he has to intentionally walk in front of him. So he got him to go insane, but at the cost of what, an extra 5, 6, 7 seconds? Hold up. I want to back up a second. I want to count from beginning to end how long this level took. Because, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, how did I'm watching his first couple of levels. I know he did better than me. She, whatever the fuck they are. I know they did better than me. So I'm thinking to myself, like, how the hell did I get world record? I was thinking, maybe my shit glitched, and really I was longer than what I was. But no, I think this level right here caused them, causing the game. And again, going back to what I was saying, they didn't really have anyone to compete against. So, you know, they didn't really have motivation to restart. Hopefully if they do want to retry it to beat the record back for me, you know, they got that extra motivation. I'm not sure if they will or not. I don't know the person. But they are the only moderator of the Naughty Bear Panic in Paradise forum. So they're probably just happy that somebody else is playing the game. And I want to go on a side tangent for a second. It would be really cool if more people started playing this game. Should I try speedrunning a Naughty Bear Panic in Paradise? Okay. I was kind of gonna make a second video about this, in which I still might do it later, but I'll give it kind of synopsis. It would be cool if you speedrun it, because on the speedrun.com, I'm not sure what other websites there are out there, but, you know, speedrun.com is just the first one that pops up, and I haven't really found any other sites that do Naughty Bear Panic in Paradise. There's 2 runners. There is myself, and I'm just going to say Jade Industries. It's just me and that person. So even if you took 3 hours, you'd automatically be in the top 3 people. So there's no reason really not to, if you really want to get your name, because that's what I did. I'm like, hell, there's only one other person here. You know, I could at least say I'm a top speedrunner in a game that granted no one cares about this game, but you know, they don't have to know that. I could just say I'm number 1 speedrunner. The one issue with this game when you're speedrunning is if you want to get the optimal results, you need to be level 100. and that takes a long time to do. It's not necessarily difficult, but it is a lot of grinding. It is so much grinding to do. You might be able to like max out at a certain point, because I don't really think you need all 100 levels. But if you want the best chance, like if you want to be completely optimized, yeah, you want to be level 100. You could do a new game playthrough, like, you know, without the costumes. But here's the problem with new game. Because this game crashes so often, the longer you spend in this game, the more chance it's going to crash. And I checked the rules that the person set up. I don't think there's a rule against, you know, continuing on if your game crashes. You know, you're just going to eat that time. Like, go back to the Xbox menu and restart from there. I don't think there's a rule against it, but yeah, that's time you're going to eat. And on this video, I believe, in their comment section, they, you know, we're just going to bring that up. We're going to bring it up right now. Okay. And the real Urple guy, and this is the dude who super chat me the other day and met the goal to play Naughty Bear 1, so I will be playing Naughty Bear 1 soon because of this guy right here. Anyway, so think you'll try and do another speedrun on this game. Maybe, I'm not sure how I'm doing many runs. Okay. Probably want to do other runs. Like, oh, nope. Okay, not post this again sometimes. It's pretty buggy and likes to freeze a lot. So that's the problem. The game does freeze a lot. So if you're doing a new game, you know, you might just have a shitty time and it's not your fault. It's because the game kept crashing. But as of right now, there's not even a single record on there, so you can make a 30-hour run and I guess be number one. But yeah, that'd be one of the problems. You know, if you could do new game, you wouldn't have to spend as much commitment to, but there's the crashing. But if you do new game plus, you kind of want to be a high level, and it's going to take a long time. You said you're level 38. I think when I got back into this like 2 weeks ago, I was like level 70 or 80 something. And prior to that, I've put so many hours into this game. Like, even off stream, I was just trying to play to get my stuff up. It's a tedious It is so fucking tedious. But it's a good thing, and we were talking about Sandy. If you have a high Sandy meter, you can get your points quicker, because your XP is based on what points you get in the level. So it's your points divided by 250, or about 250. And yeah, some of these weapons take forever. Alright, continue on to speedrun. Oh yeah, so we're going to count. Okay.
Juggle.
The moment he hits A, so 1134. 1134. So let's see. So now he's insane. Another exit. I wonder why they keep doing the exit don't boo. So let's say a minute. We're just gonna say 1 minute. So it took him 1 minute to do this level, which honestly is not bad, because well, when you think about it, where's my chart? Oh, I put it on the table over there. 63 seconds. Okay. I'm just gonna say 37. There's maybe I'm wrong, but I just say 37. So there's 37 levels in this game, right? Now when you think about it, their speedrun was 40 minutes and 2 seconds, meaning if they did every level in about 1 minute, the other 3 minutes was just based on loading times and maybe costume changes. Now this level by itself was about a minute, which again isn't terrible. Like, it's pretty good. However, they could have shaved off about 10 seconds or so, just based on some of the what do you call it? The gimmicks of this game, how the bears weren't registering points. So, like, just little stuff like that's what cost me a couple runs too. So I get it. Like, I completely get it, how this game, you know, is kind of jank. But, yeah, this level might have been the reason they didn't get a better score. I can't say it cost them world record, because they got world record regardless. But, yeah, if they would have perfected this level better, I don't care what the rest of the video is, if they just would have perfected this level better, they probably would still be world records right now. And again, these insanity levels are pretty difficult because, like, when the level's dependent on another bear to do something, like the insanity levels or making two bears infight, those are levels where it's kind of worrisome. Again, kind of like Master Miyagi, which is why he started with Master Miyagi first, because when you have to, you know, depend on other bears to beat your mission for you, it's like, the AI isn't really that consistent in this game. There's some levels you can do consistently, and it's not based on the AI. It's just, you know, based on placement, based on where you spawn, based on where the bears spawn, and based on your equipment. So this one should be pretty easy. I want to see where they change costumes, because I always go to the one further back to be safe, but you could probably go a little closer in the front. So I want to see what they did. No way! Are you kidding me? Okay, they just walked up and grabbed the motherfucker. I was always scared because, okay, for this level, this bear can't see you, meaning he can't hear Naughty Bear go boo. He can't, you know, see Naughty Bear. I mean, Naughty Bear's wearing a disguise right now, so you could see him right now. But if another bear is being attacked or assaulted, he would be alerted. So I just smash some pots over here. The bear follows me out there, and I just grab him and take his costume there. But he just walked up and stole it. Just fucking stole his costume right here. Do you know how much time he just beat my level because of that? Honestly, I need to do... What's up, Ben? I think I need to do this with my playthrough. I'm probably going to write down his individual time. Or he has a split. But yeah, I think I'm going to write down his individual times and compare it with mine. Because I swear to God, if you look at his and mine, he probably beats me at every level except for like 2. That's crazy. His stuff was so much... See? Okay, this is kind of why I'm glad I didn't watch this at first. Because I absolutely would have stolen that technique and used it. But I'm glad I watched it now. So if I do want to lower my time in the future, I already know, like, bam, I could do this. Bam, I could do this. So watching this has actually helped me quite a bit. That's so crazy, though. I mean, it seems obvious when you think about it, but I was always so scared to mess up the level, I didn't take any risks to see how far I could push it. Oh. I want to say another thing. So on levels where you have to take another bear's costume temporarily, the first chance I run into the woods, I always deactivate the costume to get my stamina stats back. Like right here, I would have dropped the costume and turned back into normal, which would have made my stamina bar go up. Also, I go around the other way. I think that's faster to the door. I could be wrong on that, but definitely would drop the costume. But that's just me. There's not too many stages where you do steal costumes, though. And when you do steal them, like, the stamina isn't really that much of a factor. That's crazy. Okay, so they're changing again. What are they changing to? Oh! Okay. So they changed into the stick. That may or may not be faster than what I normally do. But again, I'm going to repeat this every time. When you have to change costumes or change weapons, it adds time, and there's a better chance the game will crash. Oh, now, on this level, I usually go out of my way to grab the stick, and I come around. So I have a weird path I take. But they just grab the stick immediately. So I wonder how fast they can get this done.
If they're going to...
Okay, so this isn't what I do. I might have to do a comparison to see like which one's faster. Because the way they're doing it here, there's like almost no risk to themselves. So I'm gonna back up and kind of point out what I do. So the moment I start the game, I am running full speed. So I run past this bear. So, and at this point, I'll have him chase me. I'm basically having all the bears chase me. And this has cost me a couple of runs. So I run to this trap, same where he's doing. However, there's a branch if you go further left. So I usually go out further left to grab the branch. And so I'm making like a kind of a V. I come out, grab the branch, and I come back around this way. While the other bears chase me. And that ends up creating problems because either another bear falls into it. But, huh. Yeah, theirs is more consistent than mine and less risky. So if I do another speedrun, I might have to incorporate theirs. It's like they do all this stuff that's like so much better than mine. It's like, how the fuck did I actually get ahead? I don't understand it. Okay, so they're changing again another risk. Now they're going Rod of Justice. You know, honestly, if I do another run, because again, it is a risk because you might crash the game when you change. But I could go from Jacques the Tickler, change to Rod of Justice, and change to the stick because the stick's right next to it, and then change back to the scythe. I'm not sure how much the stick would cost, but it's a lot. It's a lot more consistent than mine. That's crazy.
It's well.
So let's see how they do the Rod of Justice. Okay, it looks like they're doing more or less the same thing I do. Yep, mini boo. Actually, that was something I kind of discovered. Not necessarily an accident, but it wasn't really something I was thinking about at the time when I was starting it. So, okay. I like to put mine in front of him, but they put theirs to the side, which is probably better. That's good. It's like watching this, I'm like, wow, there's so many improvements I could have made to my own after watching this. Okay, I will disagree with changing to the herbicide. Again, I'm going to keep saying this. When you customize, and you go to the customization screen, and you change anything, that increases the chance of your game crashing. Now, he's only 16 minutes in, but still, it's like, they're taking a lot of risks. I try to mitigate my risk by not changing as much as possible. Also, the herbicide isn't that far out of the way.
The only way.
It only took him like a second, but I always go out to this little greenhouse back here because I just grab the herbicide right there. This is not that far out of the way. So he just runs up, stabs him. Alright. Instantly kills him. Yeah, it's faster than mine because I just bring them all together. Against risk. See, they're taking more risk and it's working out for them. And then what they are mitigating is working out for them. Alright, change to the sword piece is also something I do not do. I just take it from the alien. Although I'm pretty sure it is faster to, just change. Again, going back to the thing. I don't like changing because it increases the chance that you could fuck up. Also, this person has a very good memory of like where everything is on their weapon loadout. Because I'd be like, all right, where is it? Up, down. And I'd get so panicked I'd forget. So he does a big boo to start. So they did the actual kill animation. I just like to beat him to death. I think beating him to death is a little bit quicker. Is that door faster? never think about that door? Alright, changing again to the quantum fists.
You know what?
I would, alright, if I was to do what they're doing, where you know, you change weapons every so often, I would still change the routing. I would like put all the weapon changes near the end. Okay, yep. This is an improvement I can definitely say I've made. This is one of the only times, that's crazy. That's one of the only times in this run so far I've been able to say, yep, I can improve on that. Because every other time I'm watching, I'm like, all right, they did this better than me, they did this better than me. It's like, how the hell did I get ahead? So, you don't actually need to, like, stun them. You can just walk up, grab him, and just walk out. The stun's kind of unnecessary, because when you're at level 100, you have so much health, where it doesn't really matter if you get shot twice. You don't want to get shot a third time, but, you know, he doesn't shoot that often. So you can just take him into the woods, kill him, and walk out. Now, this might be a strategy you would use if you're doing a complete new game playthrough where you can't take hits like that. But yeah. That boo is a little unnecessary.
Oh my!
Alright, let's see how they do this one.
The only...
Alright. I legit wasn't expecting that. So they're grabbing the trap. So they're not beating him to death. Oh, okay. Just not very optimal routing. So they're gonna do a mini boo. Ooh, but they're like right there. See, now if you just would have walked out the front door, I think that would have been faster. So he just more or less did my same route, but with like 1 or 2 extra steps that slowed him down. Okay. So let's back up and let's make some improvements. Like, I was kind of stunned at the beginning, so I didn't really know what to say. Okay. So in this level, even though you have a disguise, unless you're an alien, all the other aliens are going to hate you. Like, that's just it. So if you walk in front of the alien, they're going to try to attack you. And their guns do a lot of damage, and if they do surround you, and they start poking you, you're kind of done. So what they do here, they do Super Boo, grab this alien, and they change costumes. I do not do that. I run straight for the Emperor. Because again, at level 100, you do have a lot of health, so you can take a couple of shots if one of the bears does hit you. I just run like straight through here. I'm just dodging and weaving. I grab the trap like they do here. Now, this is another thing I do different. They come around here, get a little bit of stamina, and go inside. I just go around, and when the Emperor sees me, he just chases. I don't have to do the little mini boo. So I come in through the door here. I come up so he sees, and because he's always the fastest one, he's always the first one to come into the trap. So I also use his size against the other bears. So he does that, run from him. Now they're all mad. Okay, so I set my trap right here, and what happens is when the Emperor like hits it, he's facing this direction. But he's so big, he's blocking this whole doorway. So none of the other alien bears can rescue him. Because if you wait too long, they'll try to rescue him, and you'll have to kill an extra bear to get to him. But because he's facing this way and he's blocking the doorway, they can't get around to start rescuing him. So I usually run in here. I do a Super Boo, which I could probably take that out of my run. And then I kill the Emperor, and then I run out. And then I might do another super move here. And actually, this is probably where the alien disguise works, because the aliens are already chasing me. They might already be blocking this doorway. But because they don't know it's him back here, they're not blocking it. So, mine's more riskier, but I do believe it is faster. And again, going back to dropping costume. Oops. Alright, I skipped it. So he goes in the woods right here, but he could have dropped his costume because he starts to run out of stamina. Oh, he had just enough. I would have dropped it because I'd be concerned of running out of stamina. I would have dropped the costume and just taken it because they already had a lot of health. So at that point, it didn't really matter if they got shot. Alright, Professor Brightness. This level sucks. This level sucks so bad because this entire, not only just the target, the actual level layout sucks. It is a large level. You spawn at the opposite end of the map of your target, and you need the target to follow you to the middle of the map, while every other bear is trying to, like, kill you. So, I want to see what they did here.
If Professor...
Yeah, see, I don't do this. I run straight for Professor Brightness. But he's got the costume, so the other bears, robots, won't be messing with it too much. And that's the problem about changing costumes, is that you run out of stamina quicker. It's alright. He sees, he's getting him to chase. I always get him to chase, but I always have every other bear chasing as well. So it kind of sucks when I want to isolate him as a target. Okay, that's consistent. He doesn't worry about fighting all the other bears. Although, these bears aren't really here because they're already chasing me elsewhere. Okay. I do like their strategy. One improvement I would have made is where he sets the trap. See, I would have set it probably closer to the portal, because again, when you're walking with him, it's just taking up extra time because you're walking so slow. I would have had him chase me over here, and usually I just beat him, but I have to beat him and run to the forest and beat him some more because, you know, he'll start running away. But the trap seems more consistent. I just don't have a good opportunity to grab a trap because I'm always being chased by bears. I don't know if I would use their strategy, but it is a lot safer. And because I do that near the end of my run, it could cost me a run if I mess it up.
There's that...
Let's see how they do this one. This one's pretty easy. The only issue is that other bear will take a long path to get to the lawnmower.
If you...
Oh no. He's grabbing him? That's gonna take a long time. And he's waiting. I mean, maybe that's faster than I did. Again, I'm gonna have to do a direct comparison. Because that is taking a long time. He should have put him in the other lawnmower at the very least, because that's an extra couple of seconds to bring him over here. Yeah, that's not what I... Okay. Let's back up and let's discuss that. So...
If you...
Okay, what I do is I smash these pots right here. How long is this stream? I'm not sure. I think once I finish this video, I'm going to call it. I was kind of thinking of doing both this video and my video, but I'm pausing a lot, and also I do got to get up kind of early tomorrow. Okay, so like I was saying, I usually smash these little pots right here to get him to chase. Now, what he does, he won't chase an eye bear initially. He'll run all the way around here to grab this stick back here for whatever reason. Then after he grabs it, he'll chase Naughty. So then I'll have him chase me all the way through here to the lawnmower. Now, it's a little out of the way, I'll admit, but I do think that's faster than carrying the motherfucker out there. And then he waits here for the bellhop bear to leave him alone. But I think I would just chase him with having all the other bears follow. Because, yeah, you do run into that issue of, like, maybe glitching the game. You do the object kill wrong. But it's just eating up extra time that doesn't need to be ate up. I get why they use this one. This one's closer to the door, but I would have used the one on the other side. Although if I was doing the path they did, I would have did the closer one. Because you want to be running as much as possible. Alright, Silky's easy. You just run, grab Silky, and throw him on the spike. I don't really think there's many improvements you can make on this.
I think...
I don't know what that has been. Yep, just run, grab, and go. Oh, and he walks through the... Oh. Yep, so I don't walk through there. I just walk around. So yeah, basically the same thing, just a slight variation at the end. Greasy's also... See, okay. I was thinking about this. The way he does pathing confuses me. Not, like, why he chose what he did. Is like, I couldn't do that because I'd be like, wait, who's next? I get confused. Like, I go mostly in order. And I sometimes get confused about who I'm supposed to be skipping. I wouldn't be able to keep up with all this shit. Like... Because he goes, bam, this bear, then over here to this bear, it's, yeah. It would confuse the hell out of me. I'd end up missing a bear. Or doing the wrong bear out of order with the wrong costume or something. That sucks. I choose the other car. Let me back it up. Okay. So, you have to not be seen, meaning, you know, either just, well... It's a disguise. You need a disguise. So he went to this car right here. Now the problem is this bear's walking this way, and this bear's kind of like over here blocking this path. So you have to try to squeeze between these two bears to get to that. And if they block you, you're kind of screwed. What I do, I just grab them and bring them over to this bear. So this bear might punch me and block my path, but it won't be for like more than a millisecond or two. Because right here it got blocked. If you would have turned around to the other bear or to the other car, just throw them there and go. That's it. It's a minor nitpick. Jacques Zetikla. Okay, so before I was grabbing the trap at the end of the map when I just realized that grabbing the trap closer to the Tikla was actually the best way to go. Oh, yep. Not the way I would have went. I like to go around and kind of through. Which, when I did go to Jock, he was, like, closer to here. Well, I don't really think it mattered. Maybe the route might have been quicker. Mine just feels right. And Twinkle's is easy. You just take Baravis, take his costume, and go. Like, honestly, his is like one of the only ones where it would take so long to change into his costume. It's just easier to kill him on stage and take it. I do feel like that. Grab him. Anyways, I do feel like that costume change, like changing to Barabbas, would be kind of useless. Cause like he's just in the way, so you just grab him and go. Beat him. Beat his ass. Oh, I just beat him normally. Maybe that's faster. I don't know. Like, there needs to be another person that takes some of their stuff and some of my stuff and combines it. Ben, this is a speedrun analysis.
Look, not.
Okay, this one's easy. So you walk to the left side of the map, grab the knife, you stab him, you move on. Unless there's a knife closer.
Buddy, just.
Nope, okay. So same path, yep. Walk through here, grab the knife next to the fire pit, do the ultra kill, and then you leave. I tried to do the non-ultra kill version, and that backfired on me so bad. Oh, and he goes straight for him. I like to kind of go through the woods. Oh! Hold up. So, their mini-map's glitching right now. Was it glitching on the last level? No. So after Twinkles, their mini-map starts glitching. I wonder when mine started glitching. Maybe I should pay attention to that. So yeah, at this point, their mini-map's already glitched. I wonder if it's based on how many levels you do. Or if it's like, once you do a certain level, it does it automatically. And that's a good kill animation, because since Naughty Bear's automatically walking, he gets a little bit closer to the door.
Bubble.
Bubbles is another easy one. Grab him, throw him in the boom, you walk out. The only issue is if you're grabbing Bubbles when another bear punches you, and then he's glitched and can't do anything. Oh, he grabbed... Okay, he goes to the one that's slightly further away. And the issue here, he's almost out of stamina. Okay, they got just enough to get out. Yeah, it's not the one I would have chose. I would say mine's a little bit more dangerous because the bears can surround you easier, but I just take the risk. But again, if you get caught at the wrong time, there goes your nice little score. Or excuse me, score goes your nice time.
Nibbles.
And again, Nibbles is another easy one. Walk up, grab him, throw him in the cookie cutter. Like, some of these are so simple. I feel like the game developers actually did want you to speedrun the game. Because they just make the pass so easy. One thing I'm always scared of is doing an ultra kill when I meant to do an object kill. That's happened to me a couple of times in my runs. God, look at that mini-map. It is freaking out.
A bear.
Oh, yep. It's Professor Brightness Light. This one screwed me over so many times, so I want to see how they did it.
Oh my.
Because I do the hit cancel to make them chase. Okay. Alright, here's our improvement already. No, I say already. I just feel nice getting to improve something. Because it feels weird watching this and, like, all their stuff's been better than mine. It's like, huh. I thought I was here to give an analysis, but really, I'm the one learning. Okay. I think I backed up too far, but that's okay.
Oh
God,
my.
these loading times. You know, when you're playing, you don't actually feel the loading times. When you're watching, you do feel it. Okay, so what I do is I walk up to this bear, I do a hit cancel. So basically, I strike with the scythe, but because the scythe is slow to swing, you can actually cancel it with the block, which actually makes them both alerted to this being Naughty Bear, and they'll start chasing you. Now, what they did here is they killed this bear. Now, Professor Brightness has given me trouble before, because when he sees, who the hell is this bear's name anyways? Fluffy. When he sees Fluffy attack Naughty, he thinks Fluffy is Naughty, and then he'll start attacking Fluffy, and they'll do infighting, and it kind of distracts, and that's fucked up like several of my runs. The 24-minute videos yours. Oh no. This is the previous world record. I've never actually watched their video, so I'm trying to see like what they did better than I did. To where anybody like myself, the person who made this video, or another person could just come in, see my commentary, and be like, all right, I can, I could do this better using, T-Man's little tips here. Because like I said, I've never seen their stuff, and I've been learning a lot. I've been learning a lot that I could actually improve my own run. So anyway, so they kill Professor Brightness, which I guess stops the infighting. But the problem is, Fluffy doesn't see nor care, but this bear does. And the time you're taking to do this kill animation is time. See, and so now he has to smash the thing to get Fluffy to follow. He's coming here to do a stun. No. Whoa. Okay, so he killed that bear. That's kind of unnecessary. So now that bear is scared. So he's kind of like hurting him to where he wants him to go. But because he's tripping all the time, it's like super inconsistent. And he killed 2 bears unnecessarily, which took up extra time. He's grabbing him here, so you gotta make the slow walk to the portal. See, I prefer just to have the bear chase you from the very start. The only issue with that is, he might lose interest if you take a corner too tight, which happened to me a couple of times, which is why I kind of hate this level. Alright, what's next? Chubby. So I turned into Dr. Doctor on this, and if you do that, like the time it takes to change costumes and change back, you'll still get ahead about 10 seconds if you do it properly. I did not do it properly. I fucked up and got killed by Mr. Miyagi. And this is more or less what I was doing when I first started doing the speedruns for this game. And I'll let this play out before... We'll go back and we'll, Oh, he took him to the bush up there. Okay. Oh, yep. Those ninjas are very powerful, so when they know you're naughty and you're grabbing another bear, you can't move fast, and it makes you super vulnerable. And I died because of that. Okay, we're gonna back up and we're gonna talk about this. So, if you are choosing to not already be dressed as Dr. Doctor, well, actually, we're gonna back up. I highly recommend being dressed as Dr. Doctor doing this because the bear's right here. You just grab them and put them in. And I go from the general costume to Dr. Doctor, so I don't have to make that many like inputs to actually change over. The problem here, what I made, is that I tried to go straight for grabbing him and moving through the bush through, where Mr. Miyagi, he's very fast, very dangerous, and he killed me, so I had to do this again. So what I think you should end up doing is be Dr. Doctor already, go to this bush, do a super boo, stun everybody, grab him, and put him in the makeover machine. Now, you can actually... You can eat the 10 seconds if you want to grab Dr. Doctor and change mid-level. However, I would grab him and move him to these bushes right here. Because you can go here and go straight back to Chubby. And again, if you're going to not be dressed as him already... I would actually recommend injuring Chubby, like not hit, like just hitting. Injuring Chubby to where he's limping. Because you kind of want him to still be in this sort of area when you come back as Dr. Doctor. You don't want him to kind of leave, because then you have to worry about dodging all these ninjas. Which he's going to have to do. Well, it's only one ninja he's dodging, but it takes up extra time that didn't need to happen. Now, I'm not sure how many hits he would take, but Chubby's in the tier 1 of it, levels, so I think like one super quantum punch would kind of limp him. Because now if you watch, Chubby is now leaving the area, so now you have to grab him and walk him all the way back here. And walking while holding bears just eats up time. Like, if you don't have to grab bears, like the less time you had to do grabbing and walking with bears, the better. It just eats up so much time. And again, it's maybe like 10 seconds, 20 seconds, but again, going back to what I've said earlier in this video, this shit adds up over time. Like, every level you're just doing little things just adds up and adds up and adds up. Because even my own speed, like, after watching this, there's so much stuff I could take out of my own. And that's not even including the outright mistakes I made.
You know no.
Okay, I want to see how he does this one. Because I do this one sort of fast, but I just hate how Trembles is next to the SWAT bear, and it kind of blocks his, like, launch path. Oh, so he just grabs him. Yeah, he just fucking grabs him. I like to do the launch. And now, the reason why I like to launch, it goes back to what I was just talking about, grabbing and running with bears. So if you were to launch him, well, I guess he would just hit right here. Yeah, you know what? Grabbing him is just probably better. Because he doesn't launch very far because of the SWAT bear standing there. Now, if the SWAT bear wasn't there, you could probably launch him like halfway to the fire, which would be faster. But there's not a way to get SWAT bear away from him that would actually be faster in itself. Interesting.
Oh, look, not.
This level's super easy. Because even when you grab the other bear in front of Goober, Goober doesn't do anything about it. He'll, like, get up for a second, then go back to tending to the fire. So he doesn't try to run away. He doesn't try to fight you. So he just leaves himself exposed, and you just grab him and kill him in the bushes. See, I would go for the Afro bear, because it's slightly more in the way. Well, hold up. Let's back up. Because I actually have to walk with him a little bit. But he's right next to the woods. So this actually might end up being faster. Because like I just was talking about for the last 2 levels, the less you have to grab and hold bears, the better. So you only have to hold him for like 3 steps while you have to bring him all the way out there. So yeah, I'm pretty sure his was better. Like I said, learning a lot.
I don't.
Yep, just grab and throw into the plant. Not really anything you can do to improve that. He's got about 4 minutes till his run's over. Curious to see what he does with the voodoo levels.
Well, that was an.
So Cuddles is the very first bear, and we're at near the end of the run before he actually runs into him. Let's see how many hits it takes, because it takes me 2 with the scythe. If it takes him just 2 with the punches, bam, bam. Okay, just 2 hours. No, we are ending soon. I think I do see an improvement. It's not much. It's literally not much. But I think I could point it out.
You should.
So after every hit, Naughty sits there. He sits there for a second. Now you can cancel this. You can cancel this little idle he does by going into a block, which will allow him to move again. So punch, cancel, then go towards the door. That would only save, I swear, maybe like half a second. Like, not even a whole second. But it's just something. Alright, Sir Rupert. Sir Rupert's easy.
Sir Rupert.
Like, he's right in front of the thing you need to kill him on. But there's 2 levels in particular I really messed up on. He's near the end of the run, and granted there's a couple levels where he took a little bit longer on, but I don't think he took longer than me messing up on levels. So how did I get ahead? 10 out of 10, no notes. It couldn't be the costume changes. I mean, there was 1 or 2 unnecessary costume changes, I believe. But is that enough? Oh, so that's an extra thing. You actually can keep Sunbeam's face and still be the shaman. The evil eyes don't actually do anything, as long as you have the rest of the costume. Back up and look at that. Because he's already wearing the head. So, body. Huh. So, interesting. Interesting. So, Evil Eyes turned him into the shaman. But I keep Sunbeam's face, and I change this mask, so I can keep Sunbeam's face, and they'll still turn you to the shaman. I don't know whose stats are better, because honestly, I'd go for whoever has the better stamina. And I'm pretty sure this has the better stamina than the other head. That's another improvement.
DJ Fun. If the
Alright, let's see how he does this. Alright, so it gets him to chase. Now, if they see... Yep. What the Hold up. He didn't even turn around. He did his much better than mine. Because he intentionally chose to lock him in front of the shaman. And the shaman one-shot him. The shaman one-shot him. That's crazy. Normally it takes a couple of seconds for them to infight for me. Wow, so this is another level he did better. Yeah, like, shaved off seconds off mine. That is crazy.
Oh no! There's a pound.
This is his last level. I forgot there's a trap that close. Yeah, running out of stamina here sucks. So normally, okay, so here's what happened to me. Oops. Here's what happened to me on my run, and I accidentally closed my chat. Oh well. So, I like to just take the knife, run behind the shaman, do 2 super Y attacks, which will make him launch, and then strike him like once or twice with a light attack to finish him off. Well, what happened during my run is that the fucking Unibear spawned here, which turned all these other bears' attention. So when I was attacking him, I was actually missing my attacks. Wow. That is something. That is something. So you just do that, do a regular boo. Pick him up and stab him. Oh, but he ran out of stamina. How the hell did he run out of stamina?
Oh my god! No!
That wasn't me, that was their video thing. So, huh. So, that was the former world record speedrun for Naughty Bear Panic in Paradise. We might do this again with mine, and I might actually, like, pull up a comparison with times. That's crazy. That's crazy. They had so much stuff that was better than mine. Like, okay, I was saying earlier how they didn't really have anyone to compete against, so there wasn't really a reason for them to try as hard as they did. But even with that being said, they did extremely well, and they beat a lot of my levels. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know how I got ahead. I really have no idea, because almost everything they did was improvement. The couple of things I did better, I don't think makes up for the stuff they did better than me. I even died at a level and had to restart. Wow. And, oh, sorry, to go ahead and give credit to where credit's due. It was the former world record holder for this game. They are the moderator of the speedrun for this game. And yeah, I cannot believe how good of a job they did. Like, without even anyone to compare against. Like, that's so good. That is so good. All right, let's actually read the description. I never actually read it. So 40 is definitely possible. Well, yeah. I got 39, 41. But I still, even off mine, you could probably drop off another minute if you corrected, not even using the strategies that they showed off, just using my own strategy and just correcting a couple of mistakes on my end, you could probably drop off another minute. Now, if you were to incorporate their stuff on top of fixing some of my mistakes, you could probably get this down under 38 minutes. And I can't really see it getting like any lower than that, like 37, 30 something. I don't know. I can't really see it getting under that, but yeah, they did such a great job. They held the record for 4 years. Granted, not many people played it, but this is still fucking impressive considering they wasn't competing against nobody. So let's go ahead and give that a like. Oh, I'm not signed in. I'll give it a like on my main account. That's crazy. That is so crazy, but all right. Well, that is all I got for now. I hope you guys appreciate this. It's a little bit different. I wanted to try something instead of just playing a game, actually commenting on something, throwing out some analysis. You know, it's my first time. I didn't really know what to say too much. So I hope it was somewhat enjoyable. I hope whoever's watching this learned something about the game. And yeah, that is all I got for now. Thanks for watching.